about for a moment what's the what behind what you're doing. So they have found out now that our matter is very, very small compared to our energy that makes us up in our physical bodies and in all the matter that we see. That it's actually much more energetic vibration than it is physical matter. What's the good news about that? Well, physical matter is in a slower vibrational resonance, whereas energy is in a high vibrational resonance. And what the gift is that when we speak to the energy, we can move further faster. So to remind you that you already know what that's like, the emotional landscape that you have is a fast vibration, right? You can feel mad, sad, despair, joyful, gleeful, all of those things very quickly. And that is a energetic vibration. That's what they call the fourth dimension. What's fascinating is, as I'm learning more about these different dimensional spaces, I'm starting to get curious as to whether or not they're related to our energy centers, our chakras, because the eighth is called Tao. It's the God space, and that's our crown up in the energetic realm. So the fourth dimension is emotions and feelings, and those kinds of things live in that, and that's our heart chakra. That's our fourth energy center. So it's fascinating. Anyway, you have already felt moving your emotions. Therefore, you know what it feels like to be able to move the energy in yourself. When you change the energy in yourself, not by ignoring it and compartmentalizing it, but by speaking to it and altering it, you can literally change the structure of your atoms, which changes the structure of your cells, which changes the structure of your physical body that you live in. You have to learn how to speak to it. Your energetic body is perfect. It has no flaw, it has no illness, it has no disease. It's perfect. We can take on contaminations in this realm from environmental things, from agreements that we have, from injuries, etc. Our body is made to be able to repair when we break the illusion that it doesn't know how. This is why you see these miracles that happen for people, healing cancers and spinal injuries and, autoimmune diseases and shoulders, because we are so capable beyond our scope of common conversation. So how do you talk to it? One of the methodologies is through the DICCC system. The universe does not have humor. It will take everything you say as literal. Even if you go, I'm so stupid, and you mean it sarcastically, it takes it as, oh, okay, she's stupid. It responds to what you say, or he's ignorant, whatever you're saying about self. So when it takes this literal instruction, specific, concise, directive, it's able to respond. So this is why I wanted to give this to you, and I'm going to tell you where I got it because I did not make it up. I've mentioned this before. Some of you have heard about it. Some of you have not. The instructions came from a woman that's on Mind Valley, actually, and she's been speaking for like 30 some years, and she got run over by a car about, I think it was now like a year ago. And she's in her 70s, and then her whole leg was run over. Okay, so smashed in tons of pieces. Within a few weeks, she was walking on her leg using this methodology. And she went on for full recovery, which she was not supposed to have. This thing is coming up now, showing me that if I can sync it this way, then something can happen. So let's see if that can happen. So let's look at each one. I direct. That means I'm speaking directly to it. Now, what are you directing? You're directing your atoms, the energetic coding of your system. I'm going to direct you now, atoms. That is a succinct command. I'm going to instruct you. I instruct you. I'm speaking directly to the atom. So when you're speaking to this, by the way, you are imagining the space in which you're talking to. I direct you, I instruct you. Now I'm not looking at it right now, so I might have the next three out of order. I command you. I'm telling you exactly what I want you to do. I compel you. I'm compelling you to move forward. I'm imploring this to happen. I'm coding you. I'm coding you with my new vibration. You guys, our ability to speak means that we have an ability to create. You are the creation of something bigger than self, and you are a creator when you wake up to remembering that. Thank you for writing it. Direct, instruct, compel, command, and code. Let me see if I can see your order. Yes, thank you. And so while you're sharing, yes, thank you. Something is, it's like every turn I make on the phone, something else is happening, but it is what it is. I think I need to call tech support again. Thank you. Okay. So here we are. We're going to be imagining our atomic structure. I wanted to share my screen also of atoms. So each of us have phones. Oh, I could share my screens on atoms. Silly me. Do that. Why am I wanting to show my screen on that? Because I want you to get a complete visual for yourself. The more you can see, the more you can feel, you can state, the more you can understand and direct your instructions to what you're doing. This is the building blocks, the foundation of self. Now, here is the next cool thing. There's different types of atoms. I'm going to ask you to call on your builder atoms, the ones that built you and the ones that can continue to build you. It knows no time. And when you call on these builder atoms and you direct them, you instruct them, you compel them, you code them, and you compel them to do something different, they will begin to respond. How do I know this to be true? Because I started to do it on me first, and then I started to practice it with clients. And of course, I've been nerding out in this space of looking at other people that are doing it. And it is not something that the common, and I'm calling them common as an insult, but our upbringing has ever really talked about. We are now in a vibration in the universe, actually, that is reopening the space for us to be more in control of our own atomic structures. This is why you're seeing all this spiritual awakening everywhere. It is happening universally. It's happening environmentally. It's happening through past our Earth's vibration and coming to us now. So we have this thing that responds in quantum fields inside of our body. It's the making of our body. And what did they discover about that in science? When you look at this at a quantum, you look at something, right? When you pay attention to it, it'll go in one area, and when you don't, it doesn't exist. So they recognize that this kind of energy responds to our attention. It goes where our attention goes. So I am helping us together reawaken to where our attention is going, instead of going, oh, this hurts, oh, I have a virus, oh, I'm stuck in this space, I'm going to put my attention somewhere else with specific language. All right, so let's pull it together. We're going to close our eyes, and we're just going to do it really quickly today. See, I'm spending a lot of time building it because it doesn't take much time, but it takes specific attention. So you're going to close our eyes. You're going to imagine the space. And the first thing I want you to do that they don't tell you, but I know because Source showed me, you're going to send it love. You're going to send it so much love and gratitude for being there because it's doing something for you. You just don't know what or why, maybe. And then you're going to direct it, instruct it, compel, command, and code it to transmute and rebuild into something else. The words you could choose to use are back perfectly and properly into your original form, or you can command it for something else. Like, let's say one hand hurts and one doesn't. Transfer my left hand strength and recode it to match perfectly and properly in my right hand. Understand? Okay. So before we go into that space, any questions?
Am I picturing like an atom, or am I picturing a location in her body, or am I picturing like what should be coming to mind?
That's a great question. You go to your daughter's energy and whatever pains she has in her body, and you will be imagining those spaces on her body, and you will send it so much love. Sometimes she might have just needed rest. I don't know. It's there to serve her for something. One time I had such a bad headache, I had to stay in bed, and I read this book that changed the way that I see Jesus and Mary Magdalene and everything, and it put me in bed because I never would have read that book, right? So I don't know what it's for. Send so much love and gratitude. And then you're going to be seeing those spaces. And now you imagine the atoms begin shifting. I command, or excuse me, I direct, I instruct, command, compel, and code all the builder atoms to restructure her body perfectly and properly. And then you use the final words, now. Now. Not later, not tomorrow, not in 5 hours, now, right? In that kind of boom, right? And then we're going to say it a few times. We're going to feel it. You're going to continue to send it love and gratitude. We're going to end in love and gratitude. I'll instruct you guys with light, and then you'll come out. You can do this in minutes, as many times a day as you want. I'm going to end with another one that I'm going to invite you guys to play with, because this is a playground now of strengthening your body while you do movements in your day, and that's how we'll end. All right. I always like to seal sacred space really quick because I want to be sure that everything that I send is of light, of purity, and it feels free and safe to arrive because it's covered in source. All right, so go ahead and we'll close our eyes now. We're going to take a deep intentional breath down into the diaphragm. And with the exhale, we're relaxing the shoulders, letting the wrists release and the fingers relax more. Take another deep intentional breath. And upon this release, feel the ears dropping, jaw unhinging, and eyebrows relaxing even more. Knowing you're taking yourself into a space of more vibration and less of matter. This next breath, sending love to the heart, all to the heart, only for the heart. and exhaling all the particles that don't serve you out. Another one for heart. Breathe it in and send that oxygen once again to the heart. Imagine collecting all the particles that don't serve you in this moment and sending it out to the universe to transmute into source fire for renewal. And now we're going to build a sacred space for you just very quickly around your physical and your soul body. And it can be a pyramid or an egg shape. Make sure it covers physical and soul. Clear color, solid or like a bubble. Build that now as your sanctuary to work within. I'll give you a moment. Beautiful. And now we call in unconditional love into your sanctuary. Unconditional love is always there. Feel it even more now. You may even notice it on your skin. Welcome, unconditional love. Infinite intelligence. Bring in infinite intelligence into your sanctuary. Intelligence beyond your own understanding. Welcome, infinite intelligence. And divine acceptance. Acceptance of all there ever is, all there ever has been, and all there ever will be. Welcome, divine acceptance. Feel those now. Love, intelligence, and acceptance. Beautiful. And now inside your sacred space, anything outside of those intentions are sent directly to source fire for renewal now. Now focus on the heart. Send a loving memory to the heart. Something that just makes you feel so grateful. Send that to the heart now. As you continue to expand your heart, send a silly memory, something that just makes you giggle. Send that to the heart. As you continue to feel your heart, send one more loving memory there. Now breathe some oxygen as you do that. And feel your radiance of your heart expand beyond your body. Take that resonance and find the place that you're looking to upgrade in yourself or another. Ask for the sparkling white, conscious, energized light to cover that which you're looking to give love to, that is speaking to you in some sort of pain or challenge in the body, for self or another. See the most brilliant, sparkling, white, conscious light, radiating love and gratitude for all that this has been carrying. The color may transmute itself. Know that it is still conscious love. Sit with the love for another moment, for everything needs love. And say to it now inside of self, I love you. Thank you for all you've been carrying, for speaking to me. I'm here now, noticing you, appreciating you, sending love to you. It may or may not have something it wants to say to you. Don't judge yourself and trust yourself. Something comes or not. You can ask it now. What would you like me to hear that I may not have noticed before? And now it's time to invite its upgrade. It has spoken, and you thank it for speaking to you. Tell it it has done its job, and it no longer needs to remain for you to receive the message, whether you heard something specific or not. You are ready for it to release. Repeat in your mind after me as you begin to memorize this command. I direct, instruct, command, compel, and code all the builder atoms to transmute, upgrade, perfectly and properly into its divine intention. As it was originally created, perfect form. I direct, instruct, command, compel, and code all the builder atoms come together and rebuild perfectly and properly into its original form, back to source creation. I'm going to say it one more time and you fill in the instruction. I direct, instruct, command, compel, and code all the builder atoms to come together now. I direct, instruct, command, compel, and code all the builder atoms to rebuild perfectly and properly now. Now this time I want you to feel it as if it's happened, witnessing it happening, feeling love in your heart and gratitude that it's happening right now. As if you're in awe of its response that's so immediate. I direct, instruct, command, compel, and code all the atoms to repair, rebuild, restructure perfectly and properly in its original spiritual form. Now, send it so much love and gratitude for all the weight it's carried. Appreciation for getting your attention that you no longer need anymore. See the sparkling lights of love, transmuting and lifting it and simply allowing it to float away as a new coating enters in instead. Allowing it to float away as a new coating enters in instead. Go back to the heart. Send gratitude to the heart for showing up, for it's the resonance that surpasses all thinking, goes further, faster, deeper, stronger, into energetic and universal atonement. It is your radio receiver and channel. It is the boomerang back to you. The mind sends out the intention, but it can't come out back to you without the heart. Thank the heart for bringing you your will with such love and kindness. Give 2 more breaths to the heart as you say to yourself, it is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you. And when it feels complete, you will gently begin to move your hands on your lap, taking a small stretch and an open mouth yawn to bring your body completely back. How often we can take a moment like this in the day, well done, without anxiousness in the body, with peace, with gratitude, with love, with direct intention, with awakening that you have all of the capabilities, reorganizing and upgrading anything from your body to your money to your love when you start with the heart and in sacred sanctuary. Now, I promised you that I would share at least one more today. This is a discovery that I made in my own private space. I want to pass it on to you. This has not been published. This has not come from anywhere except from here. What I noticed is you can call upon the visualization when visualization, as you all have known in other things, is specific, it's clear, you can feel it, it can become you. What I uncovered is when I call on Supergirl, or if you're a man, Superman or Superboy, why girl, why boy, I'll tell you in a moment, the strength in my body increases. The vitality increases. I increase in my capacity. So what does that look like? I feel Supergirl. I can see her image and I put my face on her. She is it's simple, it's concise. She is strong, she is flexible, and she is youthful. Superboy, strong, flexible, youthful in the body. As I'm working out, I say, Supergirl, activate. I command, code, direct, instruct, compel, and I might say it out of order, but I direct, instruct, command, code, and compel Supergirl activation now. And like I might be struggling in a workout thing, and suddenly I'm like, my gosh, this freaking thing is working because we are calling outside of what we know as matter, and I'm connecting to what is already available, because when you are part of everything, everything is available to you, the light and the dark. So call upon it succinctly. The more I call upon Supergirl, the more I saw my body getting stronger. Then I let my humanity and my life happen, and I stopped calling upon her, and I was like, that's weird. My muscle structure in my legs has changed. Oh, freak, I forgot to keep calling upon Supergirl. So how did I remember? Actually, I remember what ignited this. I was reading that book. It's this more simple book about, it's with Think and Grow Rich, but it's in a more simple version. And I can't recall it at this moment, but they talk about, those succinct visualizations, and we all know about that, but that was an inspiration. And some character in that book thought of some other character to see in his mind. And so I started experimenting with Supergirl Activate. So I'm curious for you if you would like to use a superhero or something that you can see that is strong, flexible, and youthful, and call it into your own system. You can be taking a walk. You can be doing your push-ups if you do them, sit-ups if you do them, yoga, whatever it is you might be doing. My invitation for you is, as you're doing something with your body, call upon that which is you that is not separate from you, and call it self, and see how your body responds. All right? So keep it, try it, do it. Tell me how it works for you. It's been working it's been such a fun experiment for me. As a matter of fact, I'm working on creating a workout of youth activation that incorporates somatic and other therapeutic practices to raise the physical body vibration and the strength. And this is something that I'm considering incorporating. So would you help me help yourself and try it out? Would you guys be willing to try out a super activation of sorts?